Today, I'll be talking about the QQ9, or otherwise known as the very prominent MP5 from the Call of Duty series. It's a staple weapon in COD Mobile due to its incredible damage output and outplaying ability. Any SMG player can benefit from this weapon in all of its advantageous aspects. In Legendary Ranked, it's still very viable, but limited on a few maps. Only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you end up enjoying this video, consider subscribing and you can always change your mind. The QQ9 thrives on its ability to kill quick and its speed of the way you play with the weapon. The more movement you do, you're optimizing your own capabilities to be extremely hard to kill, and honestly, your enemies will literally rage quit at the end of the day. Fantastic weapon overall, and let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit more and why it's such a dominant SMG after 4 seasons of its life cycle. Starting off, the QQ9 has low versatility, I would say. Great for short and medium range gunfights, has incredibly high mobility, and it's actually really good. ADS speed is fast, and it's third in terms of the best SMGs with this high ADS speed. It has incredibly high accuracy as well. The iron sights are phenomenal. Do not put a red dot sight on this weapon. And most importantly, it has good control, no vertical recoil or barely any horizontal recoil control at all. There is slightly, I would say, no, like a little bit of vertical recoil. You can argue against that, but you know, with the attachments that I'm going to give for you guys today, it's going to negate that a lot. You know, the damage is also very good. And what's great about this SMG in particular, right, is that it does have very good damage. It has very good damage, and you can actually optimize it, meaning you can adjust it to be higher with a certain magazine. Moving on actually to the playstyle with this weapon, right? You want to be aggressive and you want to basically push all the time. Like, you don't want to be sitting back and taking mid-range gunfights. Like, this is an SMG that you want to get up front, very close and personal, and like, you want to do that. Slide and jump in gunfights, obviously. Like I said, this movement will grant you so many benefits when you're doing advanced movement against your opponents that you're going to basically be Superman, honestly. And I would also suggest proning with this weapon as well. It's going to melt your enemies quickly, and doing that movement with an SMG like this will do a lot of damage onto your opponents. Position yourself close to the enemy, obviously. Keep repositioning after every kill. Like I said, it's very important with every weapon in the game, honestly. Like, this is a really key point. I know I keep repeating this in a lot of my videos, but a lot of people misunderstand this, and it has to be said. Always reload after every kill. You guys always say that. Like I said, biggest tip I can offer you guys is when you're playing with an SMG, especially when you're using the QQ9 that has a 30 round magazine limit, you want to reload after every kill. Take advantage of every small to big part of the map, especially take a note of the small parts of the map, because that is a huge advantage when it comes to those big range gunfights, right? Or those small range gunfights, I mean. Cautiously avoid taking extreme to medium long range gunfights with this weapon. It's not very good. And most importantly, take advantage of head glitches when using SMGs. Another great piece of advice that I can give to you adventurous players out there, if you guys are always looking to be like that, you know, tap fire with the weapon if you are going to take those medium to long range gunfights. And then another thing is, you know, be patient with this weapon as well. You know, when you're playing an SMG, you don't have to constantly be aggressive, and you don't have to constantly be thinking, oh my god, I gotta push, I gotta push, I gotta push. No, this weapon is kind of, you know, you can start off slow if you want, or you can start kind of fast and then slow it down a bit. That's what's great about this weapon. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the Gunsmith build of what I recommend for this weapon. Well, what I recommend is this integral suppressor. Okay, this gives more range, and it increases the accuracy of the weapon and control. And honestly, I didn't even know that. Like, it's crazy. The OWC laser tactical, obviously. Next up is very important, sleight of hand. You're going to want sleight of hand on this SMG because, like I said, if you're going to use 30 round 10mm mag, honestly, it's actually a very necessary perk for this weapon. I would highly recommend it. It increases the reload speed, plus the 30 round 10mm round mag is going to increase your damage, or you can use the 45 round mag. Either way, it goes with it. It's honestly personal preference, but if you want to increase the damage by a significant amount, use the 30 round 10mm magazine. And lastly, we do have Ranger foregrip to give that great you know, recoil control, along with some more ADS bullet spread accuracy. So with that being said, that is going to be the build for for the QQ9. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Here's going to be the rank loadout for the QQ9 I used in today's video. Feel free to try out this loadout and rank, and let me know how it did for you. If you guys enjoyed today's video, let me know in the comments section down below which tip helped you the most. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Stay in the trap, get racks every day. She fuck with me now, I told her to lay. My hook in the water, she liking my babe. Ain't saving a hoe, I don't wear a cave. You beef with me, don't think you ever save. I hop in the foreign and drive like a race. You sipping the Henny, I don't need a chase. We dodging the feds and catching no case. I stay in the trap, get racks every day. She fuck with me now, I told her to lay. My hook in the water, she liking my babe. Ain't saving